Hey there, fun food fans! It's Karen Ricks, head chef here at our kitchen classroom. And I am here today out on the terrace at our home in Guanajuato, Mexico. And I wanted to share with you something I have been having so much fun playing with here in central Mexico this summer, and that is hot chocolate. Now, before I get too deeply into this video, if I have to pause for a moment because you hear something like an engine roaring by, barking dogs, crowing roosters, or fireworks, that's just part of the soundtrack that we have been enjoying here during our time in central Mexico, so don't even worry about it. I think I might have even heard the drum and bugle corps warming up and getting ready for practice just on the other side of the hill over there. So I hope you get to enjoy some of the wonderful sounds of Mexico in this video too. All right, before we get started making our delicious hot chocolate, I want to show you some of the fun new kitchen toys that I've been playing with here in our Mexican kitchen classroom in Guanajuato. Come down and take a look. All right, so for making our very special Mexican hot chocolate today, we're going to be mixing everything up today in our olla. Olla is Spanish for pot, and this is a deep ceramic pot. It's decorated in a very traditional style. And I literally bought this just to mix up hot chocolate while we're here. Isn't it gorgeous? All right, the next fun tool we have is our molinillo. This molinillo is carved completely out of wood. It has a couple of fun rings here and some decorative zigzag patterns in the base. And this is essentially the whisk that we're going to be using to froth up the espuma, or to create a big foam on top of our hot chocolate, okay? And then, of course, we need our special ingredients. We can't make hot chocolate without the main ingredient. This is a special kind of chocolate that I absolutely love, and I'm going to have to continue to source from Mexico, wherever else in the world we are, because this is something beautiful. This is called chocolate de metate. And a metate is an old-fashioned or a very traditional lava stone grinding tool. It's traditionally a curved board with a big grindstone, and this is used to grind up the roasted cocoa beans. From there, this little tablet is just a mixture of those roasted and ground cocoa beans. It's got a little bit of cane sugar and a touch of cinnamon, and really that's it. That is part of what makes this so special. And because there are only a couple of ingredients here, of course, we want to make sure we have the best quality we absolutely can. If you don't have access to Mexican chocolate like this, chocolate de metate, that's okay. You can use whatever sort of rich, dark chocolate you can get your hands on. And I do recommend something dark, like at least 60 or 70% if you can get your hands on it. Again, this special tablet is just a mixture of roasted ground cocoa beans, cane sugar, and a dash of cinnamon. And what I've done here is taken one whole tablet like this, which is going to be good for about 4 servings. And I have chopped it up right here on my cutting board. And that's just going to help the chocolate to dissolve into our warm milk. And I have here a little pot of warm milk. Before we throw everything else into our olla here, we're going to add some salt. And this is, again, not to make it salty, but salt is a flavor enhancer. So this is big, fat, rough crystals of kosher salt. And I'm going to be throwing this in to enhance and to really bring out all of the wonderful richness of our chocolate. And then, of course, we have a little bit of Mexican vanilla. And again, the vanilla is really just going to enhance all that wonderful chocolate flavor. All right, so to get started here, what I'm going to do is scrape the chocolate that I already chopped right here into our olla. We just want to get all of the wonderful ground chocolate pieces into the bottom of the pot. This is where we're going to do all of our mixing and where it's all going to come together. And it's amazing how I know they used big crystals of cane sugar in the chocolate de metate because I can see it sparkling in big crystals. It's practically as big as the salt here. It's pretty amazing. All right, so we've got our chocolate in there. To that, like I promised, a pinch of salt and a splash of our Mexican vanilla. And then I am going to pour the warm milk right on top. Now, it's important to note I did not bring this milk all the way up to a boil. It is hot, but not boiling. Alrighty. And now that we've got all of the milk on top of those ingredients, now comes the fun part. Alright, using our molinillo, we're going to get it set right down here into our olla, and using our hands, we're going to just rub back and forth. I want you to listen carefully and see if you can hear the clicking and the clacking of these special little rings here on our molinillo. When I first started to play with this molinillo and the olla to make Mexican hot chocolate, I just knew I was going to wear out my arms. I thought my arms were going to fall off at the shoulders. But this is yet another example of why old-fashioned preparations required so much time and effort. It was really amazing to actually participate in the process of grinding whole ingredients down to a fine powder on the metate. And whether or not it's the special way that you roll the stem of the molinillo in the palm of your hands, or if it is the special angle at which the molinillo is held inside the olla, or if it's just a trick of the technique, I don't know. But can you see we're starting to get a nice little espuma on top of our chocolate here? Can you see the bubbles forming? All right, I'm gonna mix this just a little bit more. See if I can really build up a nice foam. Now, growing up in the United States, I always made hot chocolate with milk. And we usually had a special already powdered mixture that was something you could scoop from a little tin or a can, and you would stir it into the milk, and there you have your chocolate milk, or if you're using hot milk, your hot chocolate. What I was really interested to learn about was the fact that the most traditional chocolate drinks were not made with milk here in Mexico, but with water. And that's not really surprising when you think about the fact that the fats that naturally occur in milk actually dull some of the richness of the chocolate flavor. So chocolate made with hot water would actually have a richer chocolate taste than chocolate made with milk. But here we go. Let's see. Pour this out and see some of the espuma coming on top. Oh, look at that beautiful foam. Ooh. Oh, this is so pretty. Can you see that lovely head of bubbles right on top of the cup? But being the big kid that I am and loving the extra rich mouthfeel of the fat that the milk adds to the hot chocolate, I've decided that I like doing this with milk. I think just maybe a shade more than making it with water. Salud. Buen provecho. Let's take a sip. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait for you to taste this deliciously traditional Mexican hot chocolate. The slight touch of cinnamon in this mixture adds an extra bit of sweetness. But this is definitely not as sweet as the hot chocolate that I grew up with as a child. What's most amazing to me, though, is the added depth and dimensions of flavor that roasting the cocoa beans has on this chocolate. I feel like I've been drinking that powdery, sugary mix, something that a rabbit might have come along with all my life. And now I'm finally tasting some rich, roasted, grown-up hot chocolate. Oh, this is absolutely delicious. If you are excited to taste even more of the Mexican deliciousness that we've been creating here from Guanajuato, Mexico, I want to invite you to our kitchen classroom's Mexican fiesta. Sure, it does feel like a party. We're creating all kinds of special Mexican dishes, not just in English either. You can come and join us, cook along with us, and practice a little bit of your español también. Are you ready to cook with us in our Mexican kitchen classroom? Come on over and visit us at ourkitchenclassroom.com. I can't wait to see you on the inside. Salud! Oh, delicioso.